Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
June 24, 11:06 America, New York. Crypto exchange FTX in talks to acquire BlockFi stake. Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto exchange is in talks to acquire a stake in BlockFi, a crypto lender that FTX gave a $250 million credit line this week.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
June 24, 11:04 America, New York. Lawmakers want FTC to investigate Apple, Google over mobile tracking. Identifiers built into iOS and Android facilitate the collection and sale of personal data, 4 Democrats said in a letter to the Federal Trade Commission.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
June 24, 10:56 America, New York. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice strikes deal over Greensill debt. The agreement with Credit Suisse will remove a massive debt overhang for the governor, who personally guaranteed $850 million in loans.
New York Times Business. June 24, 10:55 America, New York. As Russia chokes Ukraine's grain exports, Romania tries to fill in. With famine threatening millions, Europe is intent on finding alternatives to one of the world's biggest food exporters, whose landlocked crop is stranded by war. A farm in Prundu, Romania, which is one of the largest grain-exporting members of the European Union.
Marginal Revolution.
June 24, 10:52 America, New York. Friday assorted links. 1. Our response to monkeypox has been less than impressive. 2. Why are some nations more entrepreneurial than others? 3. Robin Hanson on AI competition and risk.
New York Times Business.
June 24, 10:48 America, New York. Stocks regain ground, set for a rare weekly gain. Despite recent gains, the stock market is on track for the worst start to a year since 1970, and by one measure, bond investors may face the worst decline in centuries.
Global economy. June 24, 10:47 America, New York. Investors are on recession watch. The combination of a bear market and an economic downturn has historically been ugly.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
June 24, 10:29 America, New York. $100 million in cryptocurrency stolen by hackers. Tech company Harmony says it is working to retrieve funds and identify who is behind the theft on one of its blockchain bridges.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
June 24, 10:09 America, New York. Cadillac plans to price its future Celestiq EV around $300,000. General Motors' luxury brand looks to jumpstart electric vehicle push with high-end sedan produced in the hundreds a year.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
June 24, 10:08 America, New York. To succeed, one must recognize success. In the late 2010s, I frequently had to deal with commenters who complained about Fed policy. They echoed President Trump's complaints that the Fed was holding back the economy.
Daily FX Market News.
June 24, 9:45 America, New York. DAX, Dow and FTSE rise as investors rethink path of inflation and rate hikes. Stocks rise as bond rally boosts technology stocks.
New York Times Business.
June 24, 9:21 America, New York. What is a recession, and when is the next one going to begin? Recessions since World War II have lasted just over 10 months each, on average. The last one, which began in 2020, lasted just 2 months. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
June 24, 9:09 America, New York. Zendesk strikes $10.2 billion deal with buyout firms. Zendesk has closed an all-cash acquisition deal with a group of buyout firms led by Hellman and Amp, Friedman LLC and Permira.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
June 24, 8:08 America, New York. The supply-side headwinds that could cause a recession. Most discussion about the possibility of recession focuses on the Federal Reserve's monetary policies. But there are also factors on the supply side of the economy that may tip the U.S.
BBC News. Business.
June 24, 7:47 America, New York. Robinsons ends Wimbledon sponsorship after 86 years. The soft drink has had a partnership with the tennis championships since the mid-1930s. BBC News Business. June 24, 7:41 America, New York. Robinsons ends Wimbledon sponsorship after 86 years. The soft drink has had a partnership with the tennis championships since the mid-1930s.
Daily FX Market News. June 24, 7:30 America New York. USD update. Recession fears, as reduced Russian gas grips Germany. Germany warned that manufacturers may have to shut down this winter if gas supply doesn't improve. EU leaders discuss life without Russia at today's meeting in Brussels.
BBC News Business. June 24, 7:04 America New York. BA strikes at risk of spreading to more staff. The airline's engineers and call center workers in the UK are being consulted over industrial action.
BBC News Business.
June 24, 7:04 America New York. BA strikes at risk of spreading to more staff. The airline's engineers and call center workers in the UK are being consulted over industrial action.
Global economy.
June 24, 7 o'clock America New York. The West is failing to quarantine Russia. The region is missing a big underlying reality in the global reaction to Putin's barbarism. Daily FX Market News.
June 24, 5:01 America New York. Crude oil update. Brent finds support as focus shifts to OPEC Plus next week. Brent crude prices look to be making a comeback as the OPEC Plus meeting looms. Crude oil conditions remains tight in spite of recent downside.
Global economy.
June 24, 4:40 America New York. Zalando profit warning sends shares below 2014 listing price. Online retailer slashes guidance as recession fears rise.